welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. You know, it's come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. And you know what I happen to love a little bit more than just getting tea? It's a cup mug. Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, and you can get your cup mug at lanagscreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug, period. Thank you.
And hello, my name is Jack. I am the resident game designer, and I'm just observing the Louvre today. And
You should.
also not knowing who Penelope Cruz is.
I
Just, no.
I mean, I know who she is, but if that picture would have came up, I wouldn't have known who she was. Sorry to that woman.
I don't know people's faces, period. Like, that's my one thing with any quiz show. If you show me a person's face, there is like a 95% chance I'll be like, who?
Who is that? Don't know. I'm so sorry.
I wouldn't recognize that person if I saw them on the street. Yeah.
If they was on the street, sorry to that man. Sorry. But yeah, we're here. We're back. We're wrapping it up here soon.
Mm-hmm.
And Destination X UK, we're episode 9, and me and Jack are excited to talk about it because we've been here. We've been riding this out this whole time. And I think this is yeah, I think this is perfect. This is
This
what
is a very different flavor to what we had in the US. It's a lot more tactical, it's a lot more like actually needing to know the place for very deep details.
hmm.
It's a different flavor to what we had, and honestly, I kind of enjoy both.
Me too. I enjoy both flavors. This was very good. Um, we'll get into details about this episode, but before we do, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. We truly appreciate all the subscriptions. We're trying to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year on this channel and all of our other channels. If you have subscribed, thanks. If you haven't, please do. Help us out. We have 3 other channels that you could subscribe to if you are interested in them. Our drag race channel is at the Cup Pod. Our Eurovision channel is at the Cup ESC, and our WWE content is at the Cup Ringside. So please check all of those out. And subscribe to all those channels if you're interested in any of those genres. Um, Also, our audio podcast links are in the description below, as well as our Patreon links, all of our socials at the Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And if you've ever been watching this podcast or any of our other podcasts, and you said, you know what? I could talk about these shows. I love watching the competitive reality television, but I just don't have anybody in my life I could talk to it about. Well, we're looking for people to come talk. So if you have a show that you're interested in talking about and you're passionate about, and you want to talk to the whole internet about it, hit us up in our DMs on Instagram at the Cut Pod and let us know what you're interested in, and we will get back to you and let you know what to do next. So if you're interested in becoming a panelist, we have spots open for you. Jack, this ride is coming to an end very soon. And this episode, I have to say, Jack, I was very proud of myself in this episode. I was very proud of myself in this episode because it didn't take many clues for me to guess where we were going. I was like, oh, I'm getting better at this. I'm getting better at spotting the clues. I'm getting better at picking up what this stuff means. I think the more and more I watch Destination X, the better and better. Maybe I might consider getting on the bus for real
Ooh.
in future seasons because I was picking up on some things in this episode. I was like, I think I know where we are.
I'm right there with you, especially towards the end here. I was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I think that's a really popular thing in the UK. I believe it's probably that. I mean, we're also kind of lucky that we had also seen the US version, which had the same place for the same count. So I thought it was going to be essentially a copied episode, but no, it was actually very different to get to that
Hmm.
kind of same scenario.
But different clues. But I was
Yes.
like, oh, okay. But and my what I'm very proud about myself about, yes, I'm about to make this all about me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't need to get to the end of the episode to figure out where we were going. Like I literally got where we were going from the first challenge. And so I was like, oh, look at me figuring this out and seeing the little things where usually I'm like, oh, like the anagrams and things like that. Sometimes that just goes over my head and I don't see it. I saw it this time and I was like,
Okay.
oh, I know where we're and I was very excited, very excited. But um let's talk about what made me laugh about this episode in this very beginning. We see it because they say it's the tension on the bus, and we see Josh and Darren talking, and well, glaring at each other for a minute, then start talking, and Darren is like, "Hey, um, I didn't go back on our gentleman's agreement because I would never do that," and I was like, "Huh?
Huh.
But you
But
you
you
did."
kind of did.
It ain't even a kinda to it, you totally did, like, 100%, and Josh is like, "Mhm, you see how that looks to me?" He's like, "Yeah, but I would never do that. I would never go back on a gentleman's agreement because that's." I was just like, "Okay, there, what?" What are we doing in this conversation? What are you trying to achieve in this conversation? But Josh is not believing anything. Josh is like, can you see how that looks from my standpoint when you come out and you tell me nothing after I worked so hard to get you that win because you said you would share the clue and you totally didn't. And the person you shared the clue with still went home. Just like, and he was like, "Well, I mean, it was rubbish. I didn't know. I didn't think anybody would know." But I was just like, "Oh gosh."
Look, if you have to make an excuse up for yourself in order to make it make sense, fine, but like it was not a good round for you. And you were given a gold mine and decided not to go in.
Mhm. Mhm. And like, just be honest. At this point, it's at the end of the game. There's four people left. Be like, "Look, I didn't give you the clue. I broke the gentleman's agreement. It's a game. I was trying to, you know, it is
Mm-hmm.
what it is. But you trying to save face doesn't look good either. So,
It looks real bad.
which,
It just when these final missions might rely on trust or social manipulation,
mm-hmm,
especially near the end, not a
mm-hmm,
good time to make a new enemy.
right. It's just wild to me. But then we have Saskia and Judith talking, and Judith is like, "Look, I have to figure out how to play this game the best for me. And I know that Saskia and Josh are close, and I need to start sowing some seeds of doubt into Saskia to possibly turn on Josh because they're super close and they're both so very smart." So she's talking about how Josh is well traveled, how he's seen a lot, and putting little nuggets of doubt into Saskia about the alliance that she has. Does she think she can beat him in the end? All of this stuff. And I was like, that's a smart play on Judith. It was a smart play to try to, break up a strong alliance. Um, I don't know if I particularly like how Judith is still acting towards Saskia with the whole like when Saskia was like, "I know we haven't been the best of friends on this, throughout this game, but if you want to have girly talk, we could, just do that. Just talk about girls stuff, what we do." And she's like, "I mean, I wouldn't say we weren't the best of friends or anything." I'm like, "But you're not, and the way you're acting is very like girl, I don't like you. Like,
Yeah, it's just that relationship is not there. At this point, they know they have like probably 4 or 5 days left on this bus. It's not going to develop. You can just be honest and say, hey, we can just be friendly, but like we're not going to talk after this, probably.
right. It's like, or you could be like, look, I respect the game. We could probably talk after this. We'll probably be friends after this. But in this game, I ain't got nothing for you, and you ain't got nothing for me, and that's fine. It's just, but like, I'm like, at least even be civil in this whole this. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just rubbing me the wrong way. I know it's differences, but like. mm, I guess for me, I'm more I guess I'm team Saskia, team Josh on this side of the bus than I am Judith and Darren on this side,
Yeah.
you know? That's just me personally. I know some people are like, I don't like how Josh is, because some people says Josh is a little smug and he's a little, cocky, which sure, I can see that some from time to time. But I think all of them are a little overconfident sometimes or a little passive aggressive or cocky at some points. I don't know. I'm team Saskia and team Josh at this point.
Surprise, when you're on a bus with people consistently and basically have no living space, you're gonna get a little passive aggressive with people, especially as they do some really annoying shit. Like, this
Mhm.
is not a crazy thing to think about. So, I mean, I don't blame them for being like a little annoyed at people.
Mhm.
Like, it just happens. What
Mhm.
can you do?
What can you do? But it's just like it is what it is at some points. It's like you have to just go with it, but I don't know. I don't know. But so they go into their first challenge, and we also see Darren and Judith talking, and they're like, who do we need to, what's the plan? What's our strategy? We try to need to, I wish we could get rid of one of them. Darren is like, it would please nothing more to get rid of one of them in this challenge or whatever. And so they're already plotting to get, and they want to get rid of Josh. They say Josh is the
Yeah.
strongest player, and Josh should be the one. And I get that. Definitely understand going for
I
Josh at
think
this
I
point.
think almost statistically he just is the strongest player. So
Yes,
like
absolutely. Absolutely. He definitely would be if I was in the game, he would definitely be a target for me as well. Because he is the strongest player in the bunch, and I think he is someone who is he has shown himself to stay calm under pressure, but he's also very strong in challenges as well, physically, and he has the mental capacity to figure out, places where they are and things like that. So yeah, statistically, Josh is the strongest player left in the game, and so I get going after him. That makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. Um, so they get the message from Rob and tells them to pick teams of two for this next challenge, and uh Judith and Darren are like, I guess it's us, like whatever, because they go want to be together. Saskia is like, I mean, have we all y'all already decided? And Judith is like, well, I just thought you all might want to be together. And Saskia's like, that's not necessarily the case. Because Saskia's still trying to be a fluid player
hmm
and play with everybody. But Judith and Darren are like, our side, your side.
honestly, Saskia my guess is that Saskia wants to work with Judith here
She did.
because I mean, yeah, it just it's a very strange situation of them assuming that stuff is locked down when it's 4 people left. Like
Yeah.
you alliances are not really a thing right now.
You could have switched it up and it could have been a whole different thing, but they wanted to do that, and Saskia was like, "Okay, well, we'll just go whatever y'all want." And
hmm
so Saskia and Josh are a team, and then Darren and Judith are a team. And so they put the goggles on, they step out, and the one thing they noticed when they stepped off the bus and was standing there was how hot it was. Like they were talking about that incessantly, like, "Oh my God, it's like boiling hot out here." And so that was something. So they took it out, and then they find themselves standing in front of like this. cave ruin type place, or a lot of, they'll go inside. But so the teams have to look at these um pictures on, like, carved out in rock or stone or whatever it is. Rock or stone, it's the same thing, Lana. Oh my God. Ugh, I'm so stupid. Uh the the symbols are yeah, the symbols are carved out on in stone, and they have to memorize these symbols, and then they will go inside, do a riddle or challenge of some sort, and if they get it correctly, they get to match um what goes with this symbol on the outside, and they have three different
Three
challenges,
different puzzles, yeah.
three different puzzles to do to figure out, get all the pieces, to get it back out there, put them in order, and then memorize that to go back out there and put the ones that they found on the inside of the cave on the outside in this spinning type puzzle thing again. Um, And so whoever gets it first gets the clue to where they were, but there were also clues inside the cave to help guide and direct them to where they were, where Destination X was. What did we think? I'm going to our resident game uh, expert here. What did we think about these games in this challenge for this one?
This was honestly really cute.
Hmm.
The first was a basic like math puzzle. Four different bags. Find three bags that total up to 19.
Hmm.
Then the middle one is slipping my memory.
It had to spin the wheel and find it
Oh
with the light.
yes.
The light comes on for like 2 seconds.
And then finally just pull in the final set of puzzle pieces. This
Hmm.
is really interesting. I mean, it's just basic memorization, but memorizing something after that long with such fine detail, I
Mhm.
am really surprised it went so well. I
Mm.
expected a team to screw it up,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
no, it was a pretty simple run.
Yeah. We start off with Sasuke and Josh getting the first puzzle correct first. Um Josh was really good at this. Josh was
Oh
really
yeah.
good at this. And Saskia was actually good at this one too. Judith, who we thought would be better at this because she is an engineer, she deals with this on a regular basis, problem solving skills, numbers, and all of that, figuring out stuff. She was having a hard time. She was struggling because she was rushing. She couldn't
Hmm.
just focus on, one particular thing. She had a hard time, but Darren stepped in and was like, okay, Judith, pay attention, because like she was seeing numbers that wasn't there, or not seeing numbers that was there. And her brain was, she was just so fast in her brain that it wouldn't slow down enough for her to focus. And so she was missing vital details about things, but Darren was able to catch it and was able to pick it up. But Josh and Saskia got out the first one first, and they went to the one with the light second. And so they had a really good lead on Judith and Darren for the most part, but then Judith and Darren caught up to them at the light because it took Saskia a little longer to find it. Then Darren came and found it very quickly.
Basically immediate.
Mm.
He didn't even hesitate.
He just found it very, very quickly. He got it, but Saskia and Josh do find it, and then they go off to the next one. They have to untie a bunch of knots, pull in the puzzle pieces, untie knots on that one, pull out the puzzle pieces, and put them in the right order. And like I said, they had a decent lead until Darren and Judith crushed the wall, the light comp, and then they came in and was untimed, but they were still a little bit behind. Saskia and Josh were able to put theirs in the right order, the fastest and quickest, and then they just ran out and was able. But not Josh, Judith and Darren was right on their tail, like right behind them coming out. A lot of it just the outcome happened because, for two reasons. Darren was a little slow on the running coming out. He's
Hmm.
a 52-year-old man. What do you expect? He's not gonna be a sprinter. Um, And that little hiccup in the beginning, even though they made up time, it wasn't enough time. But they
Yeah.
still had a chance if Saskia and Josh got their numbers wrong, their symbols wrong. But they didn't. They didn't get the symbols wrong, and Saskia and Josh ends up winning the challenge, ends up getting the clue, and the clue itself, dead giveaway. But
Dead giveaway.
dead,
It's not even subtle with
no,
everything else.
it was a dead getaway because everything else. Let's talk about the clues that was in the cave.
Yes.
We saw a helmet, two sets of helmets, one saying Grace, I mean Kelly and Ella, and then Grace and Leon. And then we saw playing cards in the dirt. We saw the Mona Lisa, a picture of the Mona Lisa, and it says she's got company at the bottom. We saw a sign with the soap on it. Mama says,
What
wash your
would
hand.
Mama say?
What would Mama say? Wash
Wash
your
your hands
hand.
with soap.
Well, yeah. And so we saw all of that. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I think that was it.
The other thing is that the thing they were putting the answer into,
Mm-hmm.
and I only realized this as we were talking about it right now, were three images and then three spinning dials. To
Mm-hmm.
answer, you pull a
Pull the
lever,
lever like in the
and the
slot
answer
machine.
drops out, and it's a slot machine.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that one either. Oh my
It
gosh.
genuinely, I was like, this is such a weird input mechanism. Why are they do? Oh, oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, that's really clever.
That
Because
is very clever.
it really does not feel like it at all, but
Mm.
it is dead on.
But like, yep, because the numbers on the slot machine go ting, ching, ching.
Mm-hmm.
And then your coins drop out the box. Oh, clever. Oh my gosh, I didn't pick that one up. Oh, I didn't pick that one up. But yes,
But yeah,
slot
no, all of
machine.
these plus the
The clue.
F1 racing car. There's only one place.
I was
There's
like, oh, we're
only
going to
one place this is
Monaco.
going. Yeah, we're going to Monaco.
I was like,
I immediately was like, not even just Monaco. Great, we have playing
Monte
card suits. We
Carlo.
have a slot machine. We're going to the Monte Carlo.
We're going to
We are
Monte
locked
Carlo.
in.
I was like, I when I saw the playing cards and Grace and Kelly, I was like, we are going to Monaco. Period. And then the playing cards, I was like, Monte Carlo, Monaco, because it's the
Yep.
casinos. I was very much like, that's where we are headed. And in that moment, and then even the Mona Lisa one gave me, because I was like, this is the Mona Lisa. Mona, Monaco. It gotta be something in there has to say co on it. Something in this thing has to have the co on it. But I didn't pick up which one had to go. But I was like, Mona is enough for me to know we go to Monaco.
Oh, I didn't even catch that part, but
Oh,
she's got
company.
company
Co is the
CO.
company. Hmm.
That is really interesting, huh?
Yep, the Mona Lisa got me because I was like, it's Mona. It got to be Monaco, but where's the co? But the company is the co.
Okay, so
Hmm.
now I'm trying
Hmm.
to parse what would Ma say? Wash your hands with soap.
Ma, M-A, Ma.
So say indicates some sort of wordplay via homonym.
What if it's
Uh,
Monte Carlo? What would Ma say? Wash? No, no, because the Monte Carlo came later. What would Ma
let
say?
me
I don't know. What's is it a brand of the soap in the Coke Monaco? I don't know.
I am not sure.
I'm not sure either that what that was, but I got it from the Mona and the she has company. But I was like, Mona, got to be Monaco, Mona. Oh, company. Yeah.
Let me quickly see if I can figure that out. Oh, yes, thing about soap poster. Uh, so there are two different things here. Apparently it is what would Ma say, as in Marseille, Marselle,
Mhm.
which is just a red herring.
Right.
But it also points to a soap in the region. Like it's a very famous type of soap.
But like Marseille was the herring to
Yeah,
change it, make them think they're going to Marseille.
exactly.
Got it. Okay. 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 And well, we see. We'll talk about that. But yeah, so when Josh and Saskia get the F1 car, I was like, "Yep, we're definitely going to Monaco. That's for sure." And I was excited that I figured that out in this first challenge. I was like, "Yeah." um, but then so they get back on the bus, and this was something else that made me laugh a little bit because we have established in the last two episodes that Judith and Darren does not trust Josh and Saskia. They
Mm-hmm.
told them like we will get clues, we will not be sharing them with you, and we know that you probably won't be sharing it with us. But then you get annoyed when they don't share the clue that they got because you put the teams together, and you get annoyed that they don't want to share it with you, and you're like, oh, they're being um smug and real rude. Like,
It's
what?
the final four. Like, come on. The, this is a game. At the end of the day, they're allowed to not share the information that they won when there's two of four people who already know the information.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything from anybody I'm playing a game with at the Final Four. We could have been
Mm-hmm.
the tightest of alliances. But at the Final Four, you have decisions to make and you're trying to win it for yourself. Jack, me and you could be in the Final Four or Final Three, and you're not going to tell me, even though we are like close, you're not going to tell me what you know because you want to win.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to win. So I wouldn't tell you everything I know. That's crazy. But to sit there and be like, they're being so like condescending almost. What?
It's a lot.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I don't know what they expected them to do. And then when they don't tell them, like, I mean, you don't have to tell me the clue, but you could at least give us something. Give you what? Because Saskia has watched you just do this, just knock a tower down just so she couldn't get a chance, a clue. She literally just saw you do that.
Yeah, it's not like this is like 2 days ago at this point.
Right.
Like, come on.
Come
Come on.
on.
We all know what it is. You don't get to complain about a door being closed when you've locked it yourself.
Thank you. Like, seriously, what are we doing here? I find that is why I'm Team Saskia and Team Josh, because I found these two to be so hypocritical in their thoughts. Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean you closed the door and then you're mad because they won't open it for you? You got the key, you locked it. But you
Yeah,
like, why won't you open the door?
it's just strange.
It's weird. It's weird. But they're traveling, they're riding, they stop, and Rob gets on the bus. And I'm like, what's
Oh,
he
that's a
doing
little
here?
early.
It's not early for that, huh? Like I literally had to hit the thing like, oh, we still got 25 minutes left in this. What are you doing here? And then he says, we're going to the map room. And I was like, wait a minute. We still got 25 minutes
Oh,
left in this. And I was like, oh,
we're
oh, we're
doing the
about to
same
do this.
thing.
I
Yeah.
was like, oh, we're about to do it. Oh, we're about to do it. This is about to be Biggie all over again. Oh,
So, just for context, in case you haven't watched Destination X UK, sorry, not
yes.
UK, US, of which we also have a series for, along with some exit interviews. If you're interested, the all the videos are on a channel here, and it's a
Yeah.
really, really nice, different flavor of Destination X.
Yes.
But the second to last round, they were also in Monaco. They locked their map rooms in after the first challenge, and then had to play essentially a game of roulette in order to change their decisions and
Hmm.
manipulate where their X is. It was
Hmm.
there was a lot more direct and social with a lot more forced moves. Here, maybe not so much.
Hmm. 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 Um, this one was different though.
Mm-hmm.
After they all locked in their places on the map, and okay, Saskia and Josh, they locked their map, their exes on Monte Carlo. I mean, on
On Monaco.
Monaco. At the Grand Prix was where they locked theirs.
Yeah.
I think closest to that, but they move it to Monaco. Judith and Darren had a conversation, and they were looking at the Mona Lisa, and they thought they were at the Louvre, uh, maybe in Paris, and so Darren locks his ex on Paris. But Judith was like, I don't know. It feels hotter where we are. I don't know if I feel like Paris is what it is. So I'm going to move it a little south, probably to Marseille. Yeah. So she locks hers in Marseille. So after the map room is locked, they're told that it's locked, but somebody is getting off the bus, just not right now.
Yeah.
After the next challenge, somebody will get off the bus. And everybody's like, oh, so there is another challenge. And he explains that this challenge could either help move your ex closer to Destination X, or it can move somebody else's ex further from Destination X. And so now everybody's like, oh, oh,
Interesting.
interesting. What are we gonna do? What are we going to do? And we have an interesting conversation between Darren and Judith, because Darren is like, where'd you place your ex? Did you place your ex in Paris? Like we talked about. And Judith was like, no.
No, I placed it more southern.
And Darren is like, what do you mean? We said Paris. What you didn't tell me any place else. Why did you put yours didn't why didn't you tell me? And Judith was like, I mean, when was I supposed to tell you? She was like, anytime. Like when we were talking about Paris, you could be like, I don't think it's Paris. We might be moving south. Which I'm like,
Judith knew what she was doing.
she would do exactly what she was doing. She is not fooling me. She is playing this game and she's trying to act like she does it. She's not. And I'm like, baby girl, you are playing the game. And you did that on purpose because you didn't want to be in the same place as him just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case.
Just in case. Just in case you were both wrong, you wanted to
Mhm.
move into more central the Schengen and have a better shot. So,
Because either he was right and you were wrong and he stays and you go, or he was wrong and you were close to right, or right. You said we see you. I see you. And I'm not
yeah.
mad at you because you gotta play the game for yourself. You
Yeah,
have
but
but
then don't get pissed off at people for also doing
mm, mhm.
that.
It's just wild to me. But they get to the next challenge and it's not what I thought it was going to be.
Not at all, no.
I thought we were getting the roulette and all that stuff, but nope, we didn't get anything. We didn't
A
get that.
nice futuristic city?
I mean,
Like,
the observatory
yeah.
in Nice. I was like, oh, interesting, interesting building, by the way. Um, and here's where we get more clues. And I only caught one clue in this one, to be honest. I only caught the one clue. I was like, even though I know where we are, I kind of caught the one clue because when they were taking them into, well, they had to go into the observatory one by one. They were shown a zoomed in picture of an object or a place or a person, and they had 10 seconds to figure out what that person or a place was. When the camera zoomed out, if you can get it within 10 seconds, you get a set number of kilometers. Like the first one was for 50 kilometers, the second one was for 100 kilometers, and the third one was for 150 kilometers. And this game was called Stick or Twist. And if you if you get one right and you stick, then you lock in your kilometers. That's how many kilometers you can either move your X closer to destination X or further somebody else's further away from destination X. And so you had to, figure out, it was three pictures that you had to figure out. And as they were taking not Darren, Josh in, because Josh was first, I saw the poster that had F3, F2, F1, and G. And I was like,
Yeah.
F1. They were on F1, level F1. So I was like, we see it. Okay, I know. I knew what we were, but I was like, that's
Yeah. This is
confirmation that
just like the extra bit.
right. This is the confirmation that I was like, yep, I was right. I was right. Um, but it was some other clues. I will say I didn't catch on until they showed me afterwards. The sign that had anti anti something, but it was like Monte Carlo. It was the anagram for Monte Carlo.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see that one when it happened until after they showed it to me. I was like, oh, okay, got it. Um, but the three pictures were of the Louvre, F1 driver Lewis Hamilton, who baby I wouldn't have known that man if I saw
No,
that man. No,
famous footballer or something
I thought it
that
was the
is
F1
just
driver. I don't know. See,
outside. I
I
don't know.
wouldn't. I would have never known that man. And then the last one was a picture of Penelope Cruz. I know who Penelope Cruz is. I've seen her before. But if you would have shown me that picture zoomed in and zoomed out, I would have never known who that was. Because I don't know names. I don't know people's faces like that. Or
Yeah.
so she's not a face that's in my burned in my brain. That's in my, that I will recognize. But so Josh goes in first. He gets the Louvre right away, 50 kilometers. He gets Louis Hamilton right away, 100,
150.
150 kilometers added. He continues to go again, and he sees Penelope Cruz, and he does not know who that woman is. So he loses all his kilometers, and his ex stays the exact same place. So then we see them do a montage of Saskia, Darren, and Judith all going in doing the same thing. And we get to the last one, Penelope Cruz picture, and they don't tell us if they got it right or not. So we don't know who, if some, because Judith and Darren have already made their plan to combine their things together and just pile it on Josh. And unbeknownst to them and to Josh, Saskia has also planned on putting her points on Josh because she knows Josh is a major threat to her game. And so she too has planned on putting all of her kilometers on to Josh, moving him away from the destination X. So as far as we don't know who got the question, who got Penelope Cruz right or wrong. We had no idea. Um, but once we get to back on the bus and they're waiting for Rob to come on, he comes on and he says that people have placed their X's. We know where they are. Did the game switch up anything? Did the game change anything? I will now go and say who is going to the finale. And he says, Saskia, congratulations, you are going to the finale. And I was like, okay. Judith, congratulations, you are going to the finale. I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
good for you. It comes down between Darren and Josh. And he says the person who has their ex placed the furthest from the X and is exiting the bus is Darren.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I'm not so surprised. He was completely off on his guess, and then, well, we see how the results
Mhm.
of the other three went, and every
None of them
single
got it
person
right.
had the same thing happen, where all three of them got the first two right and then the last one wrong, meaning that nothing changed. And
Nothing
essentially,
changed.
they could have just told Darren to leave the bus right after right after the first challenge at
Yeah,
that map room, which
yeah.
unfortunate, but I mean, Darren has been really fun. He has a
Hmm.
really emotional exit. Everyone is
He
sad, but
he's gonna go back to Jackie P. Jackie P. He's coming home.
oh.
Sorry, Jackie P. Sorry, Darren. But yeah, it nothing changed. So
Nothing changed.
our final three is Saskia, Josh, and Judith. And I can say I'm not mad about this final three at all.
Yeah, no, this final three is surprisingly really nice.
Very satisfying for me, honestly. I love to see it. They all came out here and played different games, but good games. So I love to see it. So tomorrow we got our finale, Jack. Let's call you
We
Josh.
do. We are at the 10th and final episode of this
Mm-hmm.
lovely, lovely game.
Mm-hmm. So my question to you, Jack, who's gonna win?
Who is going to win? I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it has to be Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Josh has shown that he's been a really strong competitor the entire time. We're seeing a lot of running in this final challenge at the very least. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
he'll probably do fine here and at least put himself in a good spot. If the other two can force him into elimination, that's a different story, but still.
I think this winner is going to be Saskia. I feel like she's getting the winner edit. Um, but I can also see that for Judah.
Yeah. I
But
can see any of them,
I could too.
fairly.
But I'm going to go. I'm going to put my hat on Saskia. I could be completely wrong, but I'm going to guess Saskia is going to win this. But I'm excited to find out what happens. I can't believe we're at the end of this. So we'll be back tomorrow to talk about all of it. We're going to wrap it up and we're going to know who our winner is between Josh, Saskia, and Judith. And I can't wait to find out. So follow us, subscribe to this channel so you won't miss when we drop that video because we'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow at some point, talking about this finale, who's picking up the win. So subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell. Um, Go to our description below. Follow all of our channels. They're all in our link tree. Join our audio podcast links. Follow us. Join our Patreon. Follow us on all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can follow Jack and myself if you'd like. That'd be cool. Get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. And we're going to go make more content because that's what we do here. But you can just click on the next video and continue to watch it. Like Jack said, if you hadn't watched Destination X US, we got a whole playlist about that. You can go watch it, watch the recaps and all the exit interviews. It was the fun season, so check it out. And we're gonna go make content. So we'll see y'all next time. Cheers.
Cheers!
Bye.